Good afternoon, UK. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching at the moment in other parts of the world. Welcome once again to Live with Scene, and welcome to our business page, Rod and Scene page. And today is a continuation of the magical practices that I had been sharing with you, and the topic for today is about magnificent outcomes. If you wanted to have a magnificent outcome in everything that you do in your life, then this one is for you. But before I go any further, I would like to introduce myself to anyone who doesn't know me. My name is Cynthia Torres Pedro, and I live in London, United Kingdom. I am a mother of two active boys. I am a nurse in profession. I work as a nurse, but mostly I work at home and work wherever I go with my kids, with my family. And because I am an online business owner, a digital business owner, leveraging the power of the internet or leveraging the power of social media, using social media to have an income, and hoping that someday I will fire my boss and I will be my own boss. And also we're helping people to be like this. To anyone who are interested to be their own boss someday and become financially free, and you're free to do whatever you want in your life. And if you happen to be watching right now, you're very much welcome to write your comment on the comments box. I would like to hear your thoughts about these magical practices I'm sharing with you. What do you think about this? Is it helping you? Are you being inspired, or are you getting bored with it? Anything. And then you can greet me, I will greet you back. If you happen to watch on a replay, you can write watching on a replay, and then I'll get back to you once this live is finished. So let's get on to the topic for today. I said it's about magnificent outcomes. So every one of us, no exception, are wanting to have magnificent outcomes in everything we do. Of course, who doesn't want to be having a magnificent outcomes in every day? So we had times in our lives that we had asked, we had said, I wish I will have a good day today. Wish me luck, things like that. If you wanted to do something before you do this, you do something in your life, you will say, wish me luck. I hope I will have a good day today, and I hope everything will turn out fine today. Some people would even use these fingers. You cross your fingers if you're going into something. If you're doing something before that, you will cross your fingers to have a good outcome. I'm sure you're familiar with this. But as you know, life doesn't happen by chance or because of a stroke of luck. The law of the universe operates mathematically to the finest possible degree. This is something you can count on. So you know that when you don't hope, when you go on a flight, you don't hope that a pilot will just say, I hope the law of physics will make this airplane float. No, because he knows that the law of physics will never fail. And you don't go in your daily life, you don't go out and hoping that I hope the law of gravity will keep me on the ground. You don't, because you know that the law of gravity will never fail you, and you will be walking on the ground and not floating up in the space. So that's how it is. If you want magnificent outcomes, to everything you do, then you have to use the law that governs around it, the law of attraction. That means to use your thoughts and feelings to have magnificent outcomes. So if you wanted something happen to you, like if you wanted good thing happen to you, you will have to think and feel that something will happen to you. That's the law of attraction. You have to attract it to you to make it happen. If you're going to think of a negative thing, then a negative thing will happen to you. The magnificent outcomes practice is being grateful before you do something you want to go well. So that's it. You have to think about it. You have to think of the magnificent outcomes before it even happens. You could be grateful for anything else. You could be grateful for, say, you're going for an exam today. You will think of the exam to have a magnificent outcome. you might think of, say you're going to have a job interview, then before you go into this interview, you have to think that you're going to have a magnificent outcome for the job interview. Or say, for example, you're going for, you're waiting for a result from your doctor. So you're going to think of a magnificent outcome that this result will be good. Or anything else, you might be waiting for a phone call, catching up with friends, or you're going to have a dental checkup. You might have, you might have set a heart-to-heart talk with your son or with your sibling or with your husband or your wife. If you wanted to have a good outcome for that, then you have to think magnificent outcomes. You have to think of it magnificently. If it happens, if it helps, if you want to believe in the magical power of gratitude to create magnificent outcomes, you can actually think and wave your hands like a magic dust. Think that you're waving a sparkling magic dust into you to get a magnificent outcome. That's only if you wanted to, or if you wanted to be like, or to be an imaginative person. So another use of gratitude for the magnificent outcome is when something unexpected happens. Very often, if something unexpected happens, we think negatively. Like, for example, you walk into your work, and then all of a sudden your colleague said, the boss wanted to see you. So the first thing that comes into your mind is, oh, what have I done? Have I done something wrong? Is this bad or is this what? So that's the first thing that we think. But the problem with jumping to conclusions and thinking there's something wrong is that the law of attraction you're attracting into you might be in trouble. So if you think you are in trouble, then you might be in trouble. So before it happens, use the magical outcomes practice. So say, for example, before you get into your boss's room, then think of the magical outcomes. Thank you for the magical outcomes for this unexpected call. Then things are going to be well. Take the opportunity to make the magic happen by being grateful for the magnificent outcome. So there are so many things you can use magnificent outcome. You can say, if you miss the bus, if you miss your train, use the magnificent outcome. Instead of feeling bad about it, use the gratitude magnificent outcome practice, and then see that it will turn around. Instead of feeling bad, instead of feeling upset, then you're going to be thinking positively. There will be a magical outcome result for that. Gratitude helps protect you from attracting what you don't want, like the bad outcomes. And it ensures you get what you want, which is the magnificent outcomes. So if you practice gratitude and you think you're going to have a magnificent outcome, then it will happen. There are also other ways of where you can think of the magnificent outcome, like the unexpected ones, as I have said earlier on. So any unexpected outcome, before it even happened, think of it that there will be a magnificent outcome coming, or the result will be magnificent. So the more you practice magnificent outcomes and make it a daily habit, the more magnificent outcome will come into your life. And less you practice it, of course, the situations that you're going to be in a situation that you don't want to be in. And no matter what happens in your day, you will know with absolute certainty that the outcome will be magnificent. So for today, the magnificent outcome is you have to list 3 separate situations where you would like magnificent outcomes. If you want a magnificent outcome result, think of these 3 situations in your life that you really wanted. For example, you wanted a magnificent outcome for an exam, a magnificent outcome for if you had applied for a loan, a magnificent outcome for anything that you really want. An exam, a doctor's appointment, magnificent outcome for something that you're really wanting to happen, or you've been waiting for, you've been wishing for in your life to happen. Or say you're waiting for a result of an assessment, something like that. And then after that, list these 3 things While you are writing each 3 situations, use the gratitude's magical power. And as you write each one, imagine that you're writing about each one after it had happened. So write it as though it had already happened. And you write it like this: thank you for the magnificent outcome for the job interview I have. Or thank you for the magnificent outcome of the loan that I had applied. And then the second step is you're going to practice the magical outcome for the unexpected thing that might happen to you, or those little things. Like, you're going to choose 3 unexpected things that arise today and use the magical power of gratitude for their magnificent outcomes as well. You could do this do this practice before you take, say, before you take a phone call, before you open a mail or 3 mails, before you go on an errand, things like this. The part of this practice is not so much about the unexpected events that you choose. It is about practicing gratitude for the magnificent outcome that you had chosen. So each time an unexpected event rises, close your eyes briefly, if you can, and mentally say the magic words before this thing happened. You say thank you for the magnificent outcome for whatever is going to happen that day. So thank you for the magnificent outcome for this call. As simple as that. You can do this magical practice. You cannot do this magical practice too much, because the more you practice it, the more magnificent outcomes we'll have in your life. So as a matter of course, so the more you do it, the more magnificent outcome we'll have in your life. But if you practice this more often, then you will get the hang of it. You will get used to it. And the more you do it, the more magnificent outcome your life will become. So if you're going to do it, practicing it today will get you an idea of it and in the future. And if you ever find yourself again in a situation where you're hoping for a good outcome or thinking you needed luck, you will immediately turn into the magic power of gratitude and make magnificent outcomes a certainty in your life. So that's the magical practice I am sharing with you today. If you think this is for you, I know every one of us has been into this situation like this, so nobody's exempted. You really wanted something to happen in your life magnificently? Then practice this. Before it even happened, say the magic words, thank you. Thank you for the magnificent outcome of this situation. And I would like the situation, don't say I would like the situation to have a magnificent outcome. Say thank you for the magnificent outcome on this kind of situation. So I hope you're going to be learning something for today. And thank you for staying and watching with me. I hope you'll stay with me again for tomorrow for another magical practice. And wishing everyone a very good afternoon. God bless you. And I hope you'll be inspired. You are getting inspired with what I am sharing with you. This is not much, but this is really a very powerful practice. This is testing your faith. Just practice gratitude. Every day being grateful is actually a good thing. Being grateful will make your life beautiful, magical, as what the word says. Magical practice of the magic. Thank you very much and God bless. Bye.